Today I'm going to replace the front brake pads on a 1997 Ford Expedition. First step, let's take this cover off. Here's the little groove. I'm just using a popsicle stick to prevent scratches. Get that off. Loosen the lug nuts while the wheel is still on the ground. I turned the wheel to make it easier to get to the caliper, but it's a little harder to get to the lug nut wrench here. Now jack it up. I've got it all positioned already. It's taking quite a bit to get that up off the ground, isn't it? There we go. Now don't forget your safety equipment. Don't forget your safety equipment. Don't want this thing coming down. Put this somewhere under the frame. Okay, safety equipment's in place. I'm just going to loosen the rest of the lug nuts and get the wheel off. Okay, now the wheel's off. We're going to replace it with these new brake pads and this caliper. So I had to go get a Torx socket. I believe it's a Torx number T45 is the size that I'm using today on the back two bolts of this caliper. I believe that the newer Expeditions do not use a Torx bit. They use a Allen wrench or something else, or maybe it's just a regular wrench. But I watched a few videos and they didn't say anything about this kind of a wrench. So maybe check another video and you'll see what size it is or whatever. But I'm sure you'll be better off and not have to go get a tool, because I did. So it takes a T45 Torx head on the back over here. I'll try and get the camera back there to see what I'm doing. So there's these two bolts, and there's two on the top and two on the bottom. They're both different. This one here is the big one. Looks like a 19 millimeter, if I can read this right. I don't have my glasses on. So this is a ratcheting Torx socket size T45 for these bolts right here. Okay, so I'm going to loosen this one and loosen the bottom one. Okay, so the two T45 Torx bolts are loose. Take that socket off. Let's work on this one. That one's a little tough. The socket's even. The socket feels a little big for the bolt. Okay, I'm not going to take the second bolt off. I'm going to take these out on both of them, see if the caliper comes off all by itself without removing the caliper bracket. So let me take those off and see if it comes off with and leave those alone. So we'll do that right now. I'll use this like, you know. Let's take this off. So we'll just loosen these, take these out. Okay. There's little rubber boots on them. Push the little rubber boot off. Okay, there's one. There's two. Let's see what we have here. watch that come this way without those coming undone. So okay, so those two are loose, they're off. Still need to get the other two bolts off. Good reference. Okay, I don't like the socket. It's just going to strip the bolt. I've got an 18mm wrench here. It wasn't 19, like I said earlier. The size of this bolt is 18mm, and I've got an open end wrench, well, a closed end wrench on it. So it'll give me a pretty good grip, but it's a little kind of hard to tap on it, or maybe I should use some leverage tool, but I don't have a whole lot of room here, and using a mallet upward to the left is really hard. So let's see what I can do, get my hand on there to hold it in place. And as you can see, it doesn't want to budge. So I'm going to look for some kind of leverage, or it's kind of hard to get in there with this wrench too because of all this, so I have to have it up. I'd rather, you know, work on it in the down position here somewhere. It'd be easier to, yeah, there's no way of getting it on there decent except for the top, and then swing it around closer to me, because this way it's kind of close to here. So I really need a good way to yank on that or whatever, and this isn't working so good for me. Wait, there it goes. I got it to move. There we go. There's one. Here's the next one. If I hit it away from me, it'll loosen it. There we go. And that's loose. Top one's loose. Okay, they're both loose now. Great. So all four bolts are loose now. We got the top two out. Taking these big two off.